A Hollywood caper shot in western North Carolina this past summer is a comic twist on a real story that happened here 18 years ago. The movie Masterminds depicts a Loomis Fargo heist, one of the biggest ever.
And tonight, News 13's John Lee talks with the FBI agents who brought the real-life bad guys to justice.
The foundation of film is a good script.
I mean, obviously the file still exists.
FBI photos remind us what Mark Twain already told us, that truth really can be stranger than fiction.
But this was my largest case.
Special Agent John Wydra.
I joined the Bureau in 1996.
In March of '98, he helped crack the case that now seems made for Hollywood.
That's me in the master bedroom after we had just arrested Steve and Michelle Chambers. These kids from Gastonia, they pulled off the second largest heist in U.S. history. This is at the house. There was cash stuffed everywhere.
So what was their biggest mistake that led to their downfall?
Stealing the money in the first place.
Busting the real-life masterminds played up as dumb crooks in the production shot right here in the mountains last summer, with big comic stars including Zach Galifianakis, Kristen Wiig, and Owen Wilson. Galifianakis in the role of David Gant, who worked at Loomis Fargo in Charlotte.
He was fighting with his wife over bills, like many people do, and he had this girlfriend, or so he thought, Kelly Campbell, that was telling him, leave your wife, steal the money.
Kristen Wiig playing Kelly, who really wasn't that into David, but convinced him to take a fortune from Loomis Fargo in the fall of '97.
So he stays behind, and moving over 2,000 pounds of currency and coin took him over an hour. And you can see him on video. He's just sweating, trying to load it all up.
All into this van, leaving it to his conspirators, while Gant lays low in Mexico. He left them this key ring, but didn't tell them which key. Tried every one before they finally hit pay dirt.
So $11 million in $20 bills, to give you an idea, is literally over 2,000 pounds.
Special Agent Mark Rossi says identifying the primary suspect was easy, but there were about 20 more people involved.
And so we've got him on surveillance tape loading the truck. So he was the one known. There were a lot of unknowns.
Those unknowns left a trail of red flags in Gastonia, including the mansion the Chambers paid for in cash.
They went down the street, and they moved from a double-wide trailer into a $1 million home.
The lavish spending, no doubt, pushed the investigation forward.
The spending spree was a rich tapestry of tackiness.
The staircase, the leopard runner.
A bathroom decked out with Playboy covers, and a rare taste for art.
Dog in military garb.
Seriously?
He just thought it was funny.
Down in the basement, a velvet Elvis.
And a lot of people think that that was hilarious.
A tanning bed, a sports car, as if they'd won the Powerball.
Everybody dreams of, winning the lottery or having lots of cash and what they're going to do if they're going to spend it. And that's why everybody loves this case. It's what they did with the money.
The FBI found out Gant was in Mexico by listening to phone conversations between David and Kelly, the one he had a crush on.
She hangs up, and you can hear a discussion about them planning on killing David Gant and sending a hitman down there.
5 months after the crime,
I had my opportunity to go back out there while they were...
Rossi flew south of the border to apprehend the wanted man who had a feeling he was being targeted.
Please tell me you're with the FBI. And I think there was that sense of relief. I think that this had gone on long enough. He thought this was going to be the better life, the better wife.
But David Gant soon found out the cash isn't greener on the other side.
He had only kissed Kelly once, and that it turned out to be an extremely expensive kiss.
And 18 years after the epic theft, movie makers just hope their fictional version has as much intrigue as the truth. In Charlotte, John Lee, News 13.
In case you're wondering, David Scott Gant, who grabbed all of that cash, he ended up being a consultant on this film, Masterminds, due out in August.
Should be pretty good to watch, don't you
Crime
think?
paid for him, I think.
Yes, it did in more ways than one, but I think he paid the price, too.